G'day team, this is just a recording to go through some of the components you'll be using in SeAT during your time in Corp. What I'm going to be going through in this recording is just using and connecting to Discord, so that's via the connector. We're going to look at the doctrines and how you can access those and view your skills, and I'll also sort of show you the Corp training plans that we have in game, and also how to lodge SRP. So I've had a couple of, well, I've noticed a couple of comments made in Corp about that, so I'll just record that as well. So the first thing is we're looking at Discord. So Discord is pretty easy to connect. You may already have connected to it previously, but if you haven't, in SeAT you're going to come down to this connector tab on the left, click on that, and then go to Identities. And in here it'll tell you whether or not you've registered on the Discord or not. So if you haven't, just click on Join Server. When you join the server, if you can't see any channels, if they're not available, it just means that your corporation hasn't updated in SeAT properly yet, and that's out of our control. That's all comes down to the ESI and when that pushes through. But to check that, just click on your character name and go over to your employment history over here. And if this isn't showing as exit strategy, or if we've got any other corps in the alliance, if it's not showing here, then your role won't be assigned yet. The role assignment is automated, so when this updates, then the integration will give you your role and the channels will become available to you. Next up is Doctrines. So everything in SeAT is considered the source of truth. So to access the doctrines, you click on this Doctrines and Fittings tabs here, then click on this Doctrines one here. And from here you can sort of see all the different doctrines that are available to us. We'll just take a quick look at one of them. So let's go to Tackle, for example. You can see there's a variety of ships there that you can view. And then if we were to look at another, let's say, LOPS, for example, you can see that these different ships are in there, and that if someone is scheduling a BLOP session, when they're calling for BLOPs, they're meaning all the ships in this doctrine. So if you can fly one of these, jump in it. But that's what makes up the doctrine, so that's just because this doctrine has a specific use. You can see that the Black Ops battleships are not included in this, and I'm not sure why that is, but maybe it's because there's a specific fit that the FCs will give out once they're comfortable someone can handle it. But let's go have a look at this. So we can see this green eye thing here that says View Fitting. And in the middle column here you get this list of components that are on that ship, and you can also see the fit in here. You can copy paste this to your fittings manager if you need to, but it's already in there, so you don't need to assess your skills that way. But on the third column here you can see the required skills, and this sort of just indicates what skills you have. So this is saying I've got all red, so I apparently can't use a hound, but that's just because my ESI is messed up. And looking at the skills, you can see how it's given us an estimated time of how long that's going to take to train. So that's just a way you can check whether or not you can use something from this doctrine. And the other way you can check in game is if you come into your skills section at the top here, if you come into corporation plans, so we went skill plans, corporation plans, and in here you can sort of see I've got everything completed there. So I don't need to do anything there, but if you needed to, if one of these wasn't completed, you could just go into that and then add it to your training queue. So that's just a quick way of adding the skills you need to fly one of the ships from those doctrines. The next thing I wanted to show you was how to lodge SRP. So in SeAT, everything is located on this left-hand panel. We're just coming down to Ship Replacement Program. We click on that and we go to Request. Now you can see at the top here it says copy paste the link from the character sheet, interactions, combat log, losses, external URL. Bit of a mouthful, and just to clarify, that is not a ZKill link. This is from an in-game link. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like and how to do it. So in game, We've got our kill report here from a ship I lost a couple of weeks back. We just click on this More menu here, the little 3 dots, and say Copy External Link. Then we come back to our SRP request and we just put the link in there. Now, if your ship replacement is for a specific fleet, you can just say you could say something like ad hoc fleet pinged by FC, whoever was running that fleet. Then what you do is verify kill mail. And you can see on the right hand side we've got the kill mail details, so that's pulled the information from in-game. It just gives you the name, the ship, what the estimated SRP amount was, and it just shows you what was on the ship. Then once you've got that information, you just submit your kill mail. I'm not going to do that in this example just because I'm not claiming SRP for this, because it wasn't a Doctrine ship and it wasn't covered by SRP in the fleet that I was in. So I just wanted to show how that all works. Have a play around in SeAT. There's a lot of information you can get from there, especially if you need to look at your own character to see what they can use and what they can't use. But yeah, happy hunting. I hope this was helpful.